Marcus Chen had always been the type to question authority, which was precisely why he found himself working the graveyard shift at Research Station Omega-7. The demotion stung, but it gave him access to places where few others ventured, including the maximum security containment level. The facility housed over 300 captured alien specimens, each more dangerous than the last. But none drew attention, quite like Subject 247. She stood nearly 12 feet tall, her elongated frame pressed against the reinforced walls of her cell. Her skin shimmered with an opalescent quality that shifted between deep purples and midnight blues, while 4 arms ended in hands that could easily crush a human skull. Most unsettling were her eyes, 6 of them arranged in perfect symmetry. Across her angular face, each one tracking movement with predatory precision. The Kashani, Dr. Reeves had explained during Marcus's briefing 3 months ago. Apex predators from the Vega system. This one killed 17 soldiers during capture. The automated feeding system keeps us safe. Never, under any circumstances, should human personnel enter her containment area. But Marcus had been watching. Every night for 12 weeks, he'd observed as the mechanical arm dispensed the same gray nutrient paste through the slot. And every night he'd seen her push the food away, growing visibly weaker. She was starving herself. Tonight was different. As Marcus made his rounds, he found her collapsed on the floor, her 6 eyes dim and unfocused. Her breathing came in, shallow, irregular gasps. The untouched food sat congealed in the corner where she'd thrown it hours earlier. "Damn it," Marcus muttered, checking the corridor for security cameras. He'd already disabled the ones in this section, a skill learned from his previous life as a systems engineer before joining the military. Against every regulation, every warning, every shred of common sense, Marcus accessed the cell controls. The energy barrier flickered and died. The alien's eyes snapped to him immediately, all 6 focusing with laser intensity. She didn't move, but Marcus felt the weight of her attention like a physical force. "Easy there," he whispered, pulling out his emergency rations, real food, not the processed paste they'd been feeding her. "I'm not here to hurt you." He set the package just inside the threshold and backed away. The alien watched him, her massive form still prone on the cold floor. Minutes passed in tense silence. Then, slowly, she reached for the food. Marcus had expected her to devour it immediately, but instead she examined each item carefully. The dried fruits, protein bars, even the small packet of salt. When she finally ate, it was with deliberate care, and Marcus swore he saw relief wash across her alien features. "You understand, don't you?" he said softly. "You're not just some mindless predator." Her response came as a sound unlike anything in human language, a melodic series of tones that somehow conveyed gratitude. That should have been the end of it. Marcus should have left, reactivated the barriers, and never spoken of what happened. Instead, he found himself returning the next night, and the next. The alien, who gestured to herself with a sound Marcus interpreted as Zara, proved to be remarkably intelligent. She learned basic English within a week, her 4 hands moving, in complex patterns that supplemented her halting words. "Why, help?" she asked during their 5th encounter, her voice like wind chimes in a storm. "Because you're dying," Marcus replied. "Because they're treating you like an animal when you're clearly not." Zara's 6 eyes blinked in sequence. Something Marcus had learned indicated deep thought. "Your kind fear." "Yes. We fear what we don't understand." "I understand you, Marcus Human. You different." As weeks passed, Marcus learned that Zara wasn't a predator at all. The Kashani were explorers, philosophers, artists. The 17 soldiers had died because of a massive translation error. Zara's ship had been trying to surrender when the military opened fire. "We came To learn, she explained one night, creating intricate patterns in the air with her hands. Your species, fascinating. So much potential, but also so much fear of other. If I could get you out of here, Marcus said, would you go home? Zara's response surprised him. Cannot leave. You showed kindness when others show cruelty. Debt of honor. What debt? I just fed you. No. Her eyes fixed on him with startling intensity. You saw person, not monster. In Kashani culture, such recognition creates sacred bond. I am bound to protect you. Marcus felt a chill. Protect me from what? From them, Zara said, gesturing toward the walls. I hear communications. You soon discovered. They plan punishment. As if summoned by her words, alarms began blaring throughout the facility. Red lights bathed the corridor as security teams mobilized. How did you? Enhanced hearing. Many frequencies your species cannot detect. Zara stood to her full height, her presence suddenly formidable. They know about visits. Coming now. The sound of boots echoed through the corridors. Marcus reached for his keycard to lock down the cell, but Zara's massive hand gently stopped him. No, Marcus, human. You protected me. Now I protect you. You can't. There are too many of them. Zara's alien features arranged themselves into what might have been a smile. You underestimate what kindness can create. The security team arrived to find Marcus standing safely behind a 12-foot alien who spoke perfect English and requested immediate communication with the facility director. What followed was the most unusual first contact negotiation in human history, with Zara refusing to be separated from the man who had shown her dignity when no one else would. In the end, it wasn't humanity's weapons or technology that impressed. The Kashani delegation. It was the fact that one human had chosen compassion over fear. Zara became Earth's first alien ambassador, and Marcus found himself thrust into a role he'd never imagined, humanity's bridge to the stars. Still think I should have followed regulations? Marcus asked Dr. Reeves during their final meeting. Reeves shook his head, staring at the peace treaty bearing both human and Kashani signatures. Sometimes the greatest discoveries come from breaking the rules. Through his office window, Marcus watched Zara teaching a group of children about Kashani art, her 6 eyes bright with joy. She caught sight of him and waved, a gesture learned from humans but somehow made uniquely her own. Marcus waved back, understanding finally what she'd meant about sacred bonds. Some connections transcend species, transcend fear, transcend everything, except the simple choice to see another being's worth. And sometimes, those connections change the course of history itself.